Hello everyone, welcome back to the football show with Yash and Neeraj. So we're heading into the final game week of the Premier League season, a season that's been very intensely fought, not for the title, but for the European spots. So all eyes will be on the Champions League battle, but there's also the small matter of a Europa League battle that's going on. So we have Spurs, Everton, Arsenal, and West Ham fighting
West.
it for West Ham fighting it for the Europa League spot and the Europa League conference spot, Europa conference spot. So Yash, what do you think about this interesting battle that's going on for these European spots? That's not what any team wants to get into at the start of the season.
You're asking this to the right person because Manchester United have been playing the Europa League for 2-3 years in a row now.
That's
So
the
yeah,
last
it's a
European
trophy that
title you've won. That's the last European title you've won. That's the trophy that you're fighting for this season. So you are the right person indeed.
exactly. I mean, I don't know. It's like it's something that no one wants to get into, but everyone's forced to get into. So but it's really funny, discussing Spurs, Everton, Arsenal, West Ham. But I've really been impressed with West Ham this season. I mean, David Moyes. Sometimes we banter him as United fans as well. I still feel he didn't get enough time at United, but um, yeah, but he's been brilliant for West Ham this season. All his moves, all his signings have been spot on. He's got Souček, he's got Kufal, and he's got the main man Jailings, who's who's firing on all cylinders. And I mean, he's got Antonio firing on all cylinders. It's just been brilliant for West Ham this season, and I think they deserve to be in the position where they are in right now. I mean, they're sixth in the table. So yeah, I mean, great for West Ham, and it's been a rather underwhelming season for the other three, if you ask me, because Spurs at one point were topping the league table, and everyone's singing praises of Jose Mourinho. But
Yes.
fast forward 6 months later, Jose Mourinho is not at the club, and Spurs are in seventh place. Don Carlo and his men were unbeatable for the first 4 or 5 league games of the season, and everyone considers Everton as title contenders. Everyone's writing poetic stories about how Everton's gonna take the title away from Liverpool. But yeah, I mean, 37 games into the season, Everton are in 8th place. They've fallen off the pace quite badly. And of course, there's the one and only meme team, Arsenal. Where do I start with this team? I mean, honestly, the only reason why this club is relevant right these days is because of Arsenal Fan TV. And I mean, what Arsenal does these days is just so. Yeah, I mean, I hope West Ham get their Europa League spot, and yeah, let's see how it goes from there. What do you think about the Europa League and this new thing called the Conference League as well? I mean, how do you see it playing out?
So for the Champions League, we have three teams fighting it for two spots. That is Liverpool, Chelsea, and Leicester. So two teams will get there. The unlucky one will fall into the Europa League spot, and I fear that will be Leicester all over again if Chelsea and Liverpool wrap up with wins in the final game. And like you said, West Ham has had a tremendous season. Like imagine they're just 1 point away from being in that race going into the final game of the season. Though it would have depended a lot on the other results going their way, but they would have still been in that race. The 62 points, Liverpool is 66. So they would have definitely been there in the race, but unfortunately 1 point behind. But they need only 1 point in the final game to wrap up that Europa League spot. So it's in their hands. They don't have a difficult fixture in the final game. So I think they're going to nail that final Europa League spot along with whoever drops out from that Champions League race. The battle for that Conference League will be
Leicester
interesting.
so the Leicester are already in the Europa League because they won the FA Cup.
Yeah.
So if Leicester drop down, then West Ham automatically qualify behind Leicester. as the highest placed Premier League team in the league. So, but yeah, like you said, talk me through that Europa Conference League battle that you were telling me about. Sorry, I can't control my laughter. It's just such an irrelevant league to play in. But yeah.
That's. I think it's important for teams like Spurs and Arsenal for sure because they were trying to get into that European Super League and they're nowhere near the Champions League and the Europa League. So they need some European league to satisfy their ego. And I think the Conference League is absolutely right for them. They are in one of the European leagues at the end of the day. So so one team from
Yeah,
North
people.
London will get there. I think one team from North London, Everton. I don't see them getting there. They're playing City in the final game of the season. I don't see them
Right.
picking up points. So
Yeah.
the winner of the North London, not the derby, but the best team in North London is getting to that Conference League at the end of the day. And it's a shame that it's not even the Europa League, let alone the Champions League.
Yeah, I mean, I read a stat somewhere saying that this is the first season in which Arsenal are not playing in Europe for 25 or 26 years now. And it seems UEFA has come in with some sort of intervention here to ensure that Arsenal play some football in Europe. But let's see. I mean, it depends on a lot of things, right? I mean, if Tottenham beat Leicester, Tottenham go through. And so Arsenal essentially have to hope Tottenham lose and they win their final game. So yeah, I'm still going for Tottenham. Depends though. I mean, they're known to implode even after the season that Harry Kane has had, Neeraj. Even after all that crazy link-up play with Son, they find themselves in 6th and 7th place. It's just as good as Hampton has been. It's been underwhelming for Tottenham and Arsenal.
True that. So Spurs don't have an easy game, right? I think Spurs have to play Leicester. Leicester are still fighting for that Champions League spot. So it's not going to be easy. It could end up being Everton or it could end up being Arsenal at the end of the day. But I think this will definitely be another battle for us to follow on the final day of the season. So who do you think will nail that seventh spot at the end of the day?
I'm going with Tottenham, but I can be wrong. I'm going with Tottenham. Everton's definitely out of the picture, and I trust Tottenham to win their final game.
Okay, so I don't think Spurs are going to win their final game because Leicester knows that they need a win. Nothing but a win would be enough for them if Liverpool and Chelsea win their respective games. So I think that would be a draw at the end of the day. And if Arsenal go out and win their final game, they are going through. So at the end of such a turbulent season, Arsenal could still end up finishing above Spurs, who had Jose Mourinho leading them at the top of the table. So that's how crazy the season has been. I think this will definitely be an interesting final day of the season for sure.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yes. So we're almost there. We are just a couple of days away from that final day of the season. The race for the Champions League spots, the race for the Europa League spot, and that Conference League spot is definitely going to be interesting. So that was our discussion right here. Don't miss out on the matches this coming weekend and stay tuned for our episodes and we'll see you again. Thank you.